think this is it.
The wrong way on off ramps, but making their way on the freeway. This suspect did on the off ramp there on the 10 freeway, and then went down an on ramp area, picking up the southbound side of the 710, and that's where we picked this up at this point. In fact, here it is. This is the point I was just making. That's an off ramp there. That's an off ramp from the 10 freeway westbound, driving against traffic. Even a CHP
crime is back.
Enforcement unit right there, a cruiser. They decided to off-road it there, make its way down the bank, and then get on.
Crime is back. Crime is back, baby. Let's go
there and make the transition over to the southbound side of the 710. Then down towards the 60, down towards the Commerce area, Atlantic Bandini.
It's so nice of them to have their hazards on. Like, they're just like, hey, by the way, watch out, guys.
Right box there on the side of your screen. That was that.
They're like, hey, watch out, guys. I'm doing a pursuit.
Looks like we're getting off the freeway here, Marla.
But this is the bigger box. This is when those three others, 1, 2, 3,
looks
exit right there.
What?
And now we've picked it up live on the smaller screen there. So you saw those three
Why did
suspects
they,
get out of the vehicle. Then we assume that is just, yeah, that was just a tight squeeze there off the, onto this on-ramp here. This is what, Firestone Boulevard and State Route 42, the Southgate, East Los Angeles area. So, yes, 3 people got out of the vehicle at one point. We assume that just leaves the driver, but that's an assumption. That's all we can do at this point in time. We do have Dennis Zine on the line with us, who, of course, is...
He's so cooked. This area is going to have hella traffic. Bro, why do these fucking dumbasses always do pursuits when it's, like, prime time, dude? 5:30 is the worst time to do a car chase in California.
What is the best strategy for law enforcement?
Well, the best strategy is to protect the public, and that's what they emphasize, to protect the public. At ultimate cost, you don't want to injure the public. You don't want the individual that's being chased to hurt anyone, getting involved in a collision. So
they really got to fucking rewire the car theft meta. Like, it's dumb as fuck to do this at 5:30 when it's rush hour traffic. Sometimes both ways, you know what I mean? I mean, usually it's one way, but still. Oh, shit.
Against traffic.
We're going again, wrong way.
And trying to get in the right way. Oh! That was another close call there on Firestone Boulevard. This is a busy industrial area. Firestone Boulevard, an east and west major thoroughfare off the 710 freeway. And he made his way west on Firestone Boulevard from the 710
What's the best strategy as a criminal? Good question. I've told you already. People always laugh at me and say it's a joke when I tell you the best strategy as a criminal. By the way, I do think that my crime coverage is really good, because it's like pro-criminal, when in fact, like, most of the bullshit, boring TV ones that you see is all about, like, pro-cop, okay? I do think that it's like having a pro-criminal approach to this kind of coverage is, like, better. Anyway, speaking of which, so I like the root for the underdog here, okay? I'll tell you this much. The best strategy is unironically what Drive depicted in the 2011 movie, okay, which was brilliant and wonderful. And also that you see all the time at Grand Theft Auto Roleplay on No Pixel servers. Okay? See, this is terrible. He is literally cooked right now. He's like...
individual getting involved in this situation, so they'll back off when they do. Years past, we never backed off. We would continue with them until we apprehended them. The new philosophy is protect.
But the best strategy is always to go into a crowded parking lot. Go into a crowded parking lot before cops can close off all the exits, and either yoink another car from that parking lot and slowly drive away, or go into the parking lot, bail on the car, and then walk away from one of the many exits.
That's what you need to do.
You need to go to a parking garage. Sorry, not a lot. I mean, like, above, something with, like, above coverage, especially if you have a helicopter on you. You're not going to be able to get away.
They're wanted for some serious charges. They wouldn't be driving in this manner. But the more pursuits we see, the more ridiculous they get. Again, another jeopardy of public safety with the particular situation. They just don't care.
They're not letting him in.
So what is the best?
They're not letting LA drivers, dude. LA drivers are not letting him in. That's awesome.
Drivers now picking up some speed here.
LA drivers like, shut up, bitch.
But they'll have the air unit overhead. They're not going to let that air unit go. The air unit will stay with the individual. And now as we see how the individual is acting in a bizarre fashion, we've got 3 people who fled.
Yeah, he's so cooked. LA drivers will not let you in, dude. They will not do that.
But this individual is wanted for something very serious. They're not just a traffic violation. They're wanted for something very serious to drive in this pattern, this behavior pattern, which is extremely dangerous for everyone. But again, the units want to protect public safety. They want to apprehend, but at the same time, they don't want an innocent person getting hurt.
And one more thing, Dennis, before we let you go, what did you make of that maneuver when 3 people jumped out of the vehicle on the freeway and started running?
Well, obviously they were talking, it's time to split, so let's get out and let the driver continue. There may just be the driver, may have a passenger or two, but it reminds me of
he's so stuck.
This is the kind of situation we got multiple suspects.
Dude, he's so cooked. Why won't cops actually try to apprehend him right here?
Maybe I don't know what the pursuit is.
I guess like they will shoot, and it's a crowded area, so if they fucking open fire, they're gonna kill civilians. But he's stuck. He's so stuck. High-speed chase, 3 miles per hour, 0 miles an hour high-speed chase.
Right now being led by the Sheriff's Department, the LA County Sheriff's Department taking the lead on this pursuit. Been tough for us to tell because we haven't seen any of the vehicles close behind this vehicle for some time now, Marla.
But Alex, to your point, though, when we're on the, and Rick, you can back me up or not on this, when they're on the highway, that's California Highway Patrol, and then now we're back on the surface street. So does that mean then that the Sheriff's Department then picks it back up? It's sort of a ping pong?
It's all hands on deck. Whatever law enforcement is around, now that we are in the Southgate area on the westbound side of Firestone Boulevard, having exited the southbound side of the 710, it appeared to me that there was some CHP units involved at some time, but there's a large area of the Los Angeles basin and the greater Los Angeles area that the policing comes from.
Car
the
theft
Sheriff's
101?
Department.
What do you mean?
Making a right, which would make it mostly a northbound turn there off of Firestone Boulevard onto Otis Street, now picking up speed. We saw that backup, Alex and Marla, on the southbound side of the 710 freeway. Against traffic again there, traveling northbound
dude,
and
he is so
southbound lanes. He saw that backup and didn't want any part of it, so exited the southbound side of the 710 at Firestone Boulevard, then onto Otis Street, now making a
very
turn, which is a westbound
cordial.
turn onto Independence Avenue, a busy mixed area.
He is very
as I look at
cordial.
my
I'll tell you that much. He's driving,
residential,
but like
apartments,
he's driving, but usually very,
industrial complexes.
very pleasant. It almost feels like a pleasant drive in town.
We're seeing those speeds now pick up above 50 miles per hour just a moment ago.
He is not trying to hit anybody. He's not trying to hit anyone else's car.
Going through a red light, and Rick, you always point out that
He sat in traffic. He uses his turn signals sometimes, which is better. Using turn signals automatically makes you better than like 58% of Los Angeles drivers, okay?
The most recent pursuit that, with all my years flying up in Skyfox and covering these pursuits, about 20 years, the one that we saw with the multiple stolen vehicles, that one was definitely one where that driver, already a felon, racked up a number of other felonies in that process there. So you're absolutely right. Running a red light, they can knock that down. They can add up as much as they can to push the charges, to hopefully keep these guys out of jail, because we heard so much, especially during COVID, that there's they catch them, they put them in jail, and they're released on the same day or night. And we just don't want that. Okay, foot bail, left the car. The car's still running.
With the car
Going on the corner of Elizabeth and Liberty here in the South
Oh,
area.
shit!
Not well illuminated area here. And
He saw an area where there's
on the run. Now this is where
he's
it
cooked.
gets dangerous again.
He's so cooked.
There was no need to
so cooked.
exit the vehicle.
there.
But this is
No
the situation
shot.
we saw with that pursuit. Going to a home, perhaps, and having an
Scaling the wall.
altercation with the homeowners.
He's gonna
the
get
people
killed,
residing
bro.
in
You
that
fucking-
unit. This is so dangerous. We don't know, Alex and Marla, if this individual is armed. Police have to assume that they are.
And we also don't know if this person has a connection to this neighborhood or not, or if this was just randomly the place where they chose to foot bail. We understand that the vehicle
it's not a bad place to
kept
foot
moving
bail.
and crashed into a tree.
There's like
so there
some
was nobody
protective
else
coverage from
apparently in
above.
that
Thankfully.
vehicle.
Good.
And now this suspect, and if you know anybody that lives in this area, please give them a call. Give them a heads up.
Doors
Keep
and
their
windows
doors,
locked.
windows locked, because this is very dangerous. We saw during that pursuit recently
Can
that
they
Rick
find
was
him?
mentioning
I don't think they can find
a similar
them.
situation to this, where the suspect got into a home, stole car keys, grabbed another vehicle, and got away. So we hope that a similar situation doesn't happen here. We also don't know, Rick, Is this suspect armed?
That's right. You see a lot of activity in that home there on the far left side of your screen. Law enforcement has to assume they are, but if you live anywhere near, again, we will reiterate this, Elizabeth and Liberty, stay inside.
I think
doors
you might have
and
made
windows
it,
locked.
bro.
Keep your phone on and call 911 if you see anything on your property there. But a lot of areas to hide. The night sun is on this area, as you could see there, looking for that suspect.
It's Southgate. He'll get away.
There in the back of that house with the windows on. We just saw that. Unclear if that's related to that suspect on the run. 4 people inside. It appears that they were all males. 4 males inside that stolen vehicle. That's why they were pursuing this individual. Unclear what happened with that incident, how it really started. If they were just going to try to do a traffic stop, they ran the plates. That vehicle came back as stolen, and the pursuit was on. Bottom line, there were 4 males that appeared to be inside that vehicle. We saw the footbail of the 3 passengers about 20 minutes ago or so, and now we just saw the driver commandeering that vehicle, hop out of the vehicle. There it is right there on the corner. There it is.
Wait.
We'll show that to you. And,
What?
And we're hearing nobody was hit, thankfully. But they
Looks
got
like
that
it ended
scene.
up on the sidewalk into some bushes. We're hearing that the sheriff's deputies down below.
Cops
were
are
able to
like,
clear
"Oh,
the
where could he
vehicle,
have
so that would
gone?"
be considered a code 4 where the vehicle
They're
knows
like,
that no one else is in
they're
it.
looking at the house. They're looking at the car, scratching their
meantime,
heads like,
search is
"Oh,
on for the
what? Is he
driver.
not in here?" They got
Difficult, I mean, even
bamboozled,
with
bro.
The night sun, with the shadows, and it's confusing. And then this is also when we can misidentify if there's somebody innocent just in their backyard this time of night. It's not late. It's 5:30 in the afternoon.
And human nature would be, oh my God, there's all these helicopters in my neighborhood.
Right.
I hear all these sounds. I want to see what's going on.
Wait, what? Dude, living in Los Angeles, this happens like literally weekly, okay? This is a normal experience in Los Angeles, okay? I am completely unfazed when I see massive helicopter beams above my fucking house.
Quote unquote tracking mode for the sheriff's deputies is there weren't a bunch of vehicles right behind this car. So when this guy gets out of the car and goes on the run, there's nobody right there to stop him. So he's able to get out of the vehicle and essentially, potentially hide in one of these homes.
He did lose all of his stars, though. That is a pro gamer move.
Was earlier in this pursuit when the driver was going.
It ain't me, brother.
Sparked some flames.
I think crime might have won.
And that was one of the more memorable moments of the pursuit. There was also the moment that those 3 passengers foot-bailed.
Right here.
Right,
this is where it happens.
Yeah, that's where this is coming up right here on this on-ramp. You'll see 3 individuals take off, get out of the car, and then that's when this pursuit carried on. See that passenger door open? 1, 2, 3.
That was crazy.
All
What?
appear
I
to
wonder
be
what
males.
happened. Like, were they doing like a robbery?
Unclear,
Like
but
what?
4 people inside that vehicle. The driver
Maybe a
continued
joyride?
on. Those 3 passengers bounced out and were on the run. Unclear if they were apprehended yet. Now they're just searching this neighborhood. Again, with our Extreme Nav system always on it for you here at Fox 11 with SkyFox and our technology, Elizabeth Avenue at Liberty Boulevard here. If you're anywhere near this area, if you live in this area, you can see all the law enforcement. Doors and windows locked. Keep it low. Keep it quiet. If you see anything on or near your property, call 911 immediately and alert these deputies, the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Deputy Department. If there was a lead agency with a stolen vehicle, we haven't ascertained that yet, but they could be on it as well.
Yep,
I know the
he's
CP
out.
was on it for
He's
8
done.
But you can see they're setting up that perimeter. We use that term a lot.
He's
There's the law
he's doing
enforcement
the
helicopter
race,
crossing
dude.
our screen. When you talk about perimeters,
He's not
with
beating the
wildfire,
case.
setting
He's
that
doing the
line, that
race.
circle around the danger zone, and that's what they're doing in this neighborhood, setting up units in and around the neighborhood, trying to seal off that area so that that suspect can't leave that area and they can contain that individual in this neighborhood in Southgate.
So this could take a long time. It could take hours to try to go through.
As a
every one
criminal,
of
what's
these,
the next
places,
step to
door
escape the
door,
perimeter?
make sure,
Change clothes
that
immediately.
the deputies themselves don't put themselves
And
in danger,
then
especially
try to
knowing if
fucking
this
get as
person
much
is
overhead
armed.
coverage as
We are
possible
going to
and
monitor this.
move
Skyfox is staying
quickly
above this.
from
If we get some
the
resolution
back
here,
alleys and get the
we will
fuck
go
out of
back
there.
as soon as we get that resolution. In the meantime.
What is this? Why'd they get quiet? Change and meet at apartments. Okay, shut up. Get to the airport. Helicopters chasing. Can't go into the airspace. Stop giving him. Why did this stop? Why did the audio go away? What is going on? Wait, what? Is he in the building? Like, what's happening? Why did they stop?
Went back into the house, but if he did get out, he could be on the move again, or he could be on the move again, or in the main house. But these folks are kind of having to handle it on their own for a while here, and hopefully they're safe. But they do, the way they're walking around quickly and snooping around, it does seem like they know something is up.
It certainly appears that way, and obviously they could hear the helicopters overhead when this first started. Now, obviously, they could hear the lights and sirens, or the sirens at least, from those patrol cars. So certainly they're aware, but I think the last time we saw them, they went into the guest house, and I haven't seen them come out again. They've been in and out a few times, so I can't tell what their deal is, whether they're hiding and seeking shelter, or whether they are suspicious of somebody on their property. I just obviously no way to tell from up here. But again, you can see there's lots of trees in their backyard. There's lots of neighboring yards, lots of sheds, lots of houses, lots of guest houses in this very close quarters, which just is going to complicate things tremendously. And that'll eventually lead them, probably get the canine units involved here to try and pick up the heat signature, especially now that we know that he's entered private property. But that's probably the very least of what we're going to see here. They very well could call in SEB and bring in the Bearcats if they do isolate him. So we'll see how they decide to handle this.
Heat
but
signature.
I can tell you right now, they've got the four corners blocked off. They're going to need a few.
Bro, cops got heat-seeking dogs out here, bro. Chill.
Got it. Okay, so Chris, hang with us here because we actually have two breaking news stories going on as we speak. So our other Air 7 is up by Van Nuys Airport, and Chris, you're obviously very familiar
Another
with that.
chase?
They're getting word of a Cessna that can't get its nose gear down, and it's making a low pass right now. I don't know if that is okay. Obviously, that's the airport on the right-hand side of your screen, folks, if you're watching right now. And there's the emergency units that are waiting just in case. From what we understand, the plane is making a low pass right now. Keep in mind, it can't get its nose gear down. So if it touches down and the nose of the plane touches down, it could lose control, or it could be a crash. It just
Bro, LA really is a GTA lobby. I swear to God. There's a live Cessna plane crash happening on top of a live foot chase. What is going on, dude? LA, man, I'm so happy we voted yes for crime. This is the city that we live. This is no wonder, bro. No wonder conservatives are fucking terrified of the city life, dude.
I know you, and yell when you have seen something significant. Okay, it's a little bit more focused. Yes, no new nose gear.
Bro, that is not a Cessna. That's a private jet.
It looks like a private jet, a Cessna Citation. So it's not a prop plane. This is actually a jet. And you can see there is no nose gear.
Yeah, now I see it.
So now we're watching this. He's just allegedly making a pass at the airport. So it's checking it out. Maybe this is an opportunity for people on the ground to take a good look at this airplane to see if it does, in fact, have a nose gear problem. And according to what we can see with our own eyes, it appears that it does have a problem. So now it's going to pass through.
Wait, didn't Andrew Tate say he was flying in his private jet to fucking California?
Watch this. This is going on at Van Nuys Airport. This Cessna jet is trying to figure out how to handle this emergency because the nose gear is not down.
Yeah, and there are, as you mentioned, David, response crews on the tarmac, present in case they need to.
HUD, who does this plane belong to?
It lands safely. And on the left of your screen, we're back to the breaking news, the end of the pursuit. Well, the guy is on the run still, so we don't know if this is the end of a pursuit, but a pretty large perimeter has been set up by the LA County Sheriff's there, and Chris Christie's
I've decided to fly to the failed state of California, walk into Twitter HQ, and tell Elon Musk he's a legend. I'm on my way.
Yet to get out of the situation, but there are still plenty more law enforcement making their way into the area. We believe he's hiding out somewhere in the vicinity of that property right there that you're...
Luckily, the pilot is not a woman. It's not a female pilot. If it was a female pilot, this plane would have crashed long ago.
Night Sun from that LA County Sheriff's helicopter, who is coordinating with those officers on the ground and actually moving that Night Sun a little bit further to the south. So not sure if he's picking up a signature a ways away from that home or whether he's just moving around, maneuvering through this neighborhood. But in any event, I believe they've already called out for a canine unit. Again, more backup is going to be required to get a tight perimeter on this exact block and hopefully be able to track this suspect down, but we believe he's somewhere in the vicinity of that property right there.
Being that the people in this neighborhood are watching the news and aware of this situation and staying inside their homes and locking their doors and their windows. And, you know, sometimes when there's a pursuit or police activity, people tend to go outside. They want to see what's happening. Hopefully, people are watching us and listening and staying indoors and away from this area. We don't know what this guy is capable of.
So just to give you an update on what's going on over at the Van Nuys Airport, that's what you see on your right-hand side. That Cessna Citation
that's not the plane.
Has been
that's the wrong jet.
The
it's flying over the.
While they try to
that one is flying over the mountains.
To do.
Dude.
It did do a low pass, as people can get a good look at that landing gear on the nose, and it did not come down. So now it's circling back around the airport. So we are continuing to watch that situation. It doesn't seem like it's approaching just yet, but it might be a minute or two away. We're going to continue to watch that situation as well. So we got a couple of breaking news situations happening simultaneously. And by the way, Chris, this neighborhood, where are we again in this neighborhood? Do you know what part of town this is?
Yeah, so we're in the Southgate area, and I believe that Southgate Police Department that's formed that perimeter. So if you look behind that property, or the front of that property is on Virginia Avenue. It's between Elizabeth Avenue and Virginia, just off of Liberty Boulevard. So in that general vicinity is where he was last spotted. But we have to be honest and say that in the last 10 minutes, there's lots of opportunity for him to move around without any coordinated search going on just yet. So it'll be tricky if they only have a handful of officers at their disposal for the time being. I'm sure there are more on the way out here, but it's taking a little bit, as it often does, and that is providing lots of opportunity for the suspect to either look for a hiding spot or potentially even get out of this area altogether. So we'll be up here. We'll try and follow this and hopefully have an update for you. But right now, it's a wait and see as they try and get.
The plane could be fucking flying around to burn all of its reserve fuel so that if it does a crash landing, it doesn't explode. You know what I mean? That might be the reason why they're fucking flying around like that. They can just dump fuel. Can you just dump fuel on a fucking residential area, dude? It's not like they're... What? It's not like they're on top. They're literally on top of fucking, Van Nuys. You can't just like dump fuel like that. You can't. I don't think you can dump jet fuel like that over Los Angeles, man. I'm just saying.
Leave here until they are confident that they have searcred.
Okay, we're going to watch this plane on approach again at Van Nuys Airport as it seems to be coming in. We don't know if it's going to land this time around, the Cessna Citation. From what we understand, it's probably not landing yet.
Also, our producer telling us they're doing diagnostics on
elementary
the plane,
school kids
to
doused
determine
as jet fuel dumps for LAX emergency landing.
Hopefully they have enough gas to be able to, go around a few times. A Passover.
I see. I could see landing gear there. But it's
maybe they were able to get it down.
Were they able to get it down?
Yeah, it does look like it is down.
Oh no, maybe that's an illusion. That's from the wing
the
the other side.
Yes.
It's the nose. The nose is not down, but they're coming low.
Down.
So we're going to watch this closely. It does look like it's going to make the attempt to touch down. Keep in mind, no nose landing gear. And look, it's dipping just a little bit. They're trying to keep the nose up. And it seems to be touching. There it is. There's a sparks. Yeah. So the nose is down.
They did it!
They're trying to get the speed down as well, but it's going straight, which is a good move. That's a good sign. And keep in mind, emergency personnel, they're standing by. They're waiting for this plane to come in. They're going to be right there. If this does break out into a fire, they're going to be moving quickly. And it does come to a halt. So far, so good.
Goddamn! Okay, you got to clap for that one.
The pilot, he's moving.
Do you clap for that one?
Trying to get to the door.
I hate when people clap on landings, but that's one that deserves it. You know what I mean? That's goddamn Austin show. Hoscourt streams. You did it. You fucking did it, baby. Mission passed.
We've only seen one
Plus
person,
respect.
but it seems like he had a safe landing, a good job there. We did see the nose touch down quickly.
And we're seeing more people come off the plane now.
Okay. Yeah, there's another person there.
Yeah.
Boy, that's
so scary for them, I'm sure.
A harrowing moment there with 2 people so far, but they seem very relieved. They're able to actually
taking a photo.
That plane.
He took his phone out.
And the nose did hit the ground, but it stayed straight, and so far, no fire.
No fire, landing safely, and we assume
it's Mark Andreessen's plane.
One of them,
literally a billionaire.
Yeah, obviously, the pilot is there, and the passenger. Boy, that's going to be a stressful situation.
I knew MHUD would find
it.
it.
Perfect landing. They kept the airplane straight. And so far, so good over at Van Nuys Airport. Yeah. And now our attention moves back again.
This fucking guy.
Chris, are you still with us? Any movements?
Yeah, we're still seeing that Los Angeles County helicopter right over that same property where the light just went on there.
Now we're seeing people
walking.
MHUD is literally CIA, bro.
Or perhaps an officer. That's a resident going back into that same back house.
And another person there.
And another person there. It's hard to say who's who here, I've got to be honest, but not sure if that person right there is the suspect or one of the other residents who ran back there when this all started. But in any event, we still see that night sun focused on this property. Whether somebody's trying to guide him in or what, we just don't know.
And this guy's waving at the chopper. And I'm sorry to interrupt, but I mean, the other possibility we're not talking about here, possibility, slight perhaps, but maybe this guy lives here.
Yeah,
and this
that's
is
possible.
family
Thank you for the 10 gift the subs.
who are trying to intervene.
Gymnastics, you do the 5. VDP, thank you for the 5 gift the subs.
It's all speculation.
It did look like he was waving at somebody. It looked like he was waving at a chopper. There's a child.
Now there's a child there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like the whole family's back there. Have a child back there. We saw another woman walk back there, and it looks like 2 men who are almost seeking shelter in that back house. But
here's a photo of the pilot.
If there was a suspect, they would know
That's
it already.
Crazy.
You would imagine if the suspect was in that back house, which leads me to believe that most likely he was able to get away from that
Netscape,
building, whether
AOL.
he's in the main house or already jumping into another property really is anybody's guess. But again, that's just me surmising from what we're seeing up here, as the family does not appear to be all that freaked out.
So Egg Boy was what? Flying from Bakersfield to Van Nuys? The plane is owned by him. Who knows who was on it? Yeah, he could be chartering it, but like, why would a billionaire charter a jet? You know what I mean? ATC is mad at the news helicopter. He lets his friends use them too. But also from like Bakersfield. They do repairs in Bakersfield. That makes sense. Why would a billionaire go to Bakersfield? Why would a billionaire leave an asset unused? I don't know. I feel like they use that shit crazy, right? Like they use that shit so frequently. Inflation is hitting hard to everyone, including billionaires. Yeah, well, if they're doing, that's what you get for getting your fucking billionaire private jet fixed in meth capital of California, Bakersfield, okay? That's what happens, motherfucker.
jumped out from. Stand by. We'll go ahead and rack that.
Yeah, we're running it right now. We see it, but it's, you know what, it's tough to see. And by the way, we only have a few seconds because we're going to quickly transition. In fact, let's do that. 2 breaking stories we're working on right now. One at Van Nuys Airport, one with this pursuit that is now in Southgate. We're going to be right back.
That was Vallejo erasure right there. Damn. Suspect search, plane problem. Yeah. There was also a 6.1 earthquake that happened in Düzce in Turkey near Istanbul. The record, for those of you who don't know. I know the Turkish people in the chat were going fucking crazy. Okay. I missed a bit. What did I miss? Dude, you missed the fucking chase. You missed a high-speed pursuit. Wait, I'm blocked by him? Why am I blocked by the billionaire whose jet that just... Yo, no fucking shot. Why did Egg Boy block me, dude? What the fuck? You have to be extremely online to know who I am and, like, have an opinion and block me ahead of time. Wait, did he block me because of this? The intellectual dark web and alt-right are not the same thing, says Jason. The former is a bunch of free-thinking intellectuals with positive intent. The latter is a group of trolls, Nazis, racists, grifters, incels. P. Marca is a free thinker, not alt-right. Lol, even Ben Shapiro, the most established as a pundit in the IDW, sells brain supplements, thinks the Civil Rights Act was bad because it infringed on private enterprise, and has advocated for a final solution for Palestinians. But he's very polite, so of course he's just a free thinker. That's why I got blocked by this motherfucker? He used to be my mutual to read my joke tweets. Then when I talked shit to him to be blocked me too, back when I had a public Twitter. Oh, okay.